So welcome to the second game of this doubleheader between Washington and Lee and Averett University. Washington and Lee took game one 4-2. And we'll have the starting lineups for this game. First for the visitors. Leading off, number 8, second baseman Jackson Gazin. Number 4, the second batter, left fielder Zach Perkins. Batting third, the shortstop Jason Volpicelli. Batting fourth, the right fielder Ryan Monson. Batting fifth, designated hitter Bryce Burnett. Batting sixth, catcher Luke Seipel. Batting seventh, first baseman Brian Wickman. Batting eighth, third baseman Chapin Bassi. Batting ninth, center fielder Matt Whiteley. And on the mound today for Washington and Lee, the pitcher Jackson Thigpen. And for your Cougars, leading off, playing second base, Brandon Hatcher. Batting second and playing left field, Jason Maggs. Batting third and cleaning up, Cody Jones. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, Chase McKinney. Batting fifth and playing right field, Andrew Lancaster. Batting sixth and playing first base, Tanner Bradshaw. Batting seventh and catching, Kyle Wilson. Batting eighth and playing third base, Avery Spicer. And batting ninth and playing center field, Zach DiCarlo. And Ryan Traylor will get the start on the mound for the Cougars.
The second baseman, number 8, Jackson Gazin.
It's fine. If it ran out, we're good. Yeah. Wasn't sure if you wanted to replay it. Nope. It worked out perfect. All right, everybody, you ready?
So Traylor's first pitch is up and away for ball one. Trailer misses again. So, Washington Lee now 1-0 in the season. Cougars 0-2 after dropping 2 close games, one against Guilford and one here today. And Gazin faked the bunt, but that ball paints the lower left corner for strike one.
We'll hang around after this.
So Trailer deals and Gazin fouls it off down the third base line, excuse me. So evens the count up at 2-2. Trailer looks in, gets the sign, the windup, and the pitch. Blown away, so count full now. Feels like it's gotten a little bit cooler since our first game. Wind blowing a little bit more, maybe that's why. That flag is moving. The payoff pitch, grounded up the middle. And so an infield single to lead it off, as Hatcher couldn't get it over to first in time.
The left fielder, number 4, Zach Perkins.
So that'll bring up Perkins. And Gazin's having himself a day. 3 for 3 in the first game. And he's 1 for 1 now in this game. The leadoff single. The runner going. Throw down is in time. So Gazin thrown out stealing there. Great job behind the plate from Wilson there. They tested him early and he delivered, as McKinley was catcher last game. He's at short now. This ball is grounded to McKinney, and it's off of his wrist.
Okay, so you put P, 1B, shortstop. So you're going to put, now you put 2 hits at least. And put, show him
The shortstop, number 7, Jason Volpicelli.
I rolled that hit. He's going to have a hard time throwing him
That'll bring up Volpicelli.
Now you can hit and take it down.
That'll be a hit
Figuring it out.
for Perkins. So Volpicelli Trailer has a runner at first. 0-1 pitch is lined to center. DeCarlo back on it, and he'll make the catch. Perkins will retreat to first.
The right fielder, number 14, Ryan Monson.
That'll bring up right fielder for Washington and Lee, Ryan Monson. Monson went 1 for 2 in the first game.
Yeah, that's an out. Just flew out. Flew out the center field. Mason,
And he'll look at ball 1 low and away.
it's only a hit when it hits the ground. Oh, okay. That's an out. Even if they put the bat on the ball, it's not a hit.
They're going to throw over to first for Perkins, but he'll be back in time.
That was it. It's an over. It's 1 out.
Want to know, Monson hits one in the air to right, but Lancaster will get there in time. So
I just put F9. That's right in right field.
after a half inning, Cougars 0, Washington and Lee 0. Be right back after this message.
Being a student athlete at Averett University as well as a commuter, it has allowed me to meet so many more people and experience so many more things than I would have if I wouldn't have played softball here. It has also allowed me to make lifelong friendships that I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
It helps that there's so many international students here at Averett, so hearing other people talk around campus with their accent makes it feel like you're not alone, and it feels like one big family, and I've grown so much since I came here.
So Hatcher will lead it off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the first, and he looks at ball 1 in the dirt. Jackson Thickpin on the mound here for Washington and Lee. He'll throw another one in the dirt, so 2-0. Hatcher was 1 for 3 in the game 1. So a 2-1 count. And Hatcher lines one into right for a single. And the Cougars have their leadoff runner on.
The left fielder, number 11,
And that'll bring up
Maggs.
Jason Maggs, who's playing left for this game. See what the Cougars elect to do here with the runner at first. They're going to bunt, or they're going to swing away. Going to let Maggs hold the bat, and he'll look at strike one. About waist level, painted the outside. And that's a curveball that drops in on the lower inside corner for strike two. So 0-2 count now to Maggs. 0-2 is away and outside. So 1-2 now. Maggs grounds one, and it is gonna get through. So back-to-back singles for the Cougars to open up the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Cody Jones, the designated hitter.
14, Cody Jones.
So Hatcher on second, Maggs on first. Jones was 1 for 3 in the first game. He scored a run also. This one's popped up to the right. Runner will be tagging or not. That would have been a very good throw. So smart decision not to tag. So that'll bring up Chase McKinney.
Chase McKinney.
With one out and runners in first and second. McKinney was 1 for 2 in game one, scored a run, and he'll pop one up to left center. And that'll be Whiteley coming over, and he'll make the catch. So 2 down now for the Cougars. 2 first pitches swinging.
Number 6, Andrew Lancaster.
That'll bring up Andrew Lancaster, the right fielder. Lancaster 1 for 3 in game one, but drove in the 2 runs that the Cougars did score. Lancaster delivered in the first game. Hit here would be great, but this one's popped up on the infield. Shortstop calling for it, and Volpicelli will put it away. So Cougars leave 2 on there after back-to-back singles. So 2 hits for the Cougars, 2 left on base, no errors. Through 1, 0-0. Ball's fouled on the first base line. Leading off the second here for Washington and Lee is Bryce Burnett, designated hitter.
While hitting the ball. Unless it's an error. An error doesn't have to be just walk. No. Walks are walks.
This ball is grounded.
6-3. See?
Trailer put his hands on it, but McKinney there to back him up and throws him out at first.
The catcher, number 18, Luke Seifel.
I'll bring up Luke Seipel.
He'll tell you. Even on the top one, he'll tell you.
Seipel the catcher for this game, designated hitter in the first game.
Yeah, or a mock drill or something.
0-2 now.
Last game when McKinney threw second pass in there. Oh, okay. Should be a stolen base because he's going to be safe and then throw an error and throw out.
1-2 to Seipel. Outside. Seipel. Seipel was 0 for 2 in game 1. Walked 1 time. And Seipel will line one into right field for a single. So Washington Lee has a base runner here with 1 out
The first
in the
baseman,
second.
number 32, Brian Wickman.
That'll bring up Wickman, the first baseman. 0 for 3 in game 1. That ball's in for strike 1. Quick look at the first game. Tyler Knuckles, although he got the loss, went 7 innings, only 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 strikeouts. Very good from him for his first start. Carson McCoon got the win, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. This one's fouled away. Very good defensive game in game 1 here at Owen Fulton Field. The 0-2 is high. Trailer's 1-2 pitch as he looks the runner back, but time is called at the plate. So Wickman with Seipel on first. Trailer's 1-2, gets him swinging. Ball in the dirt.
The third baseman, number 36, Chapin Bassi.
That'll bring up Chapin Basie now, and he lasers one on the ground that gets between the Wickman and Gazin over there. But it's Hatcher and Bradshaw over there, but Lancaster gets it back in quickly.
The center fielder, number 5, Matt Whiteley.
That'll bring up Matt Whiteley, the 9-hole hitter for Washington and Lee. Basie at first, Siepel at second, 2 outs. Trailer can get out of the danger with one good pitch or a couple good pitches here. Starts Whiteley off swinging here at a ball in the dirt. So 0-1. Trailer. And Whiteley swings at this one that was high and fouls it back. So Trailer ahead 0-2 in the count here. He has some room to work with in that count. Wind up in the pitch is blown away and blocked nicely there by Wilson. Prevent the runner from advancing any further. Trailer's 1-2 pitch is fouled off at the plate. So we'll do it again. Wind has picked up some considerably noticeable amount from the first game. Flag's now wrapped around itself out there at center field. Wind up in the pitch, and it is fouled off again. So Whiteley fighting it out up there. Not going to go down without making Trailer waste some more pitches. Trailer stares in to Wilson, gets the sign, comes set. 1-2, grounded back, and Trailer snags it. And he will run it over himself to first as Whiteley looks like he might have hurt himself swinging there. He's still down at the plate. We'll go to commercial break. Be back after this. 0-0 still the score.
Bradshaw.
So Whiteley was helped off there. Certainly hope he's all right, but he will not return for this game. Perkins will move from left to center, and John Raymond will enter in left. And this one's grounded third, but foul. So Bradshaw, 1-2 count on him. He'll foul another one down the third base line slowly. Bradshaw will foul the 2-2 back. 1-2. Seventh pitch of the at bat is line ground, and it's gonna kick up off that dirt. So Bradshaw with the single there.
The catcher, number 27, Kyle Wilson.
That ball took a wicked bounce off the infield dirt. Bradshaw was going there on a hit and run.
That's like when you're watching a video and you know it's not going to hit you, but the ball comes following right toward the camera.
0-1 now. Swung on and missed. Good slider there. Wilson. First at bat, and he screams one to third base. Oh, really tough call there. Great play, though, by Bassie at third to scoop that one as Wilson screamed it. And Bassie threw him out at first.
Number 38, Avery Spicer.
Bradshaw at second now with one out. And Spicer with a chance to bring him in. Spicer 0 for 2 in game one, and he fouls this one out down the first base line.
It depends if he bunts or like if they're on third and he hits one to the outfield right now and they advance on the
Game one, Spicer struck out once and flew out once. And he'll watch this one for ball one. Spicer is going to chase one in the dirt, and he'll strike out. And that'll bring up.
The center fielder, number 10, Zach DiCarlo.
And that'll bring up Zach DiCarlo. So, DiCarlo. That ball's just low.
Yeah, it's the window that's doing that. What was that called? Yeah, I'll just come back up. If you couldn't find me somewhere, I'll let it.
And that ball is fouled away in the first base line. So 1-1 count now. Check swing, but he went around, and that'll be 1-2 now. And DiCarlo will go down on strikes. So Thickpin works out of it. Averett leaves a runner at second.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the second inning, with no runs. One hit, one left out.
One hit, one left on base. No runs for the Cougars in the bottom of the second. Through 2, Washington Lee 0, Averett 0.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
I think Averett's a special place because of the camaraderie amongst everybody. I feel like it's a lot of friendships that won't be broken throughout my life, and it gave me a chance to show my abilities in wrestling and in the classroom.
So Washington Lee will turn the order over here to start the third, and Gazen will lead it off as he did in the first inning. Gazen 4 for 4, 3 for 3 in the first game. Singled in the first inning after he came in and replaced Levy, who got injured in the first at bat of the game. Gazen lasers another one up the middle. He's 5 for 5 on the day between 2 games.
The center fielder, number 4, Zach Perkins.
He's looking like a great replacement pick. That'll bring up Zach Perkins, the center fielder now. The first pitch is right on the corner, strike 1. One pitch out, throw it back down to first. They just missed him. So 1-1 after the strategic call there. Trailer stares in. It's the signal, comes set. And the runner's going. Throw down to second is a little off the mark, and Gazen will be in there safe at second. So Washington Lee has a runner in scoring position with nobody out.
That doesn't go into the error because he got caught there. Stolen base.
Perkins now with a chance to give Washington Lee the lead. Perkins was 1 for 4 with an RBI in the first game. Struck out once as well. And Trailer misses outside there with that one. So 3-1. Almost think you maybe walk Perkins here and set up a force out at any base but home. And don't know if it's intentional, but Trailer will do just that. That brings up the shortstop, Jason Volpicelli. Volpicelli was 1 for 2 in game 1. So Trailer now has to work with runners on the bases. His first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Trailer getting the signal from Wilson. Now comes set. Looks his runner down at second. Delivers, and it's a curveball right in at the knees, the inside corner for strike 1. A little bit bigger crowd than game 1. So a couple more people have woken up. So I had to come on down to North Campus here, catch the baseball game. And this one's grounded. Chance for the double play, but McKinney will take it himself. So Washington Lee will have runners at the corners with 1 out. The double play still in effect. Trailer still with the chance to work out of this one here.
So it shows you reach on fielder's choice to shortstop. Perkins out, shortstop on assisted, Gazen missed.
Lefty bats from the left. Ryan Monson, the right fielder, will step in. And this first pitch is in the dirt and stabbed down by Wilson behind the plate. One and 0. Trailer delivers, and it is fouled at the plate. Trailer comes set. Delivers. Good pitch there. Changeup got him. So 1 and 2 now. Monson will have to battle here. This Trailer's ahead in the count. The 1-2 pitch. There's a throwback to first, actually. But back safely was Volpicelli. Another throwback to first, but Volpicelli easily back. Got to keep him honest over there. Don't want him getting a second. Taking away the double play. And ball lined up the middle, but DeCarlo's on it, but that will score a run. Tagging from third is Gazen. So Washington and Lee takes the early lead 1-0 here in the top of the third. And they still have Volpicelli at first with 2 outs. That'll bring up designated hitter Bryce Burnett. Burnett was hitless in his first game. Ground ball to McKinney, and he couldn't handle it. So he'll be charged with an error.
The catcher, number 18, Luke Seeple.
Kinley plays, although he plays third, some first, and some short, he plays more catcher. That's his position. True position, I should say. So Volpicelli is at second now. And Seeple now step in. So Trailer gets ahead in the count here. With 2 strikes on Seeple. The payoff pitch. One and 2 the count to Seeple. Trailer stares in, gets the signal. And pitches, and it's a laser down the first base line. Coming home now is Volpicelli. Seeple standing at first. And Burnett at third now.
The first baseman, number 32, Brian Wickman.
So Washington Lee tacks on another run with 2 outs. Trailer's pitch is fouled off here. From Wickman. Nah, this pitch is outside, so 1-1 now. Runners at the corners for Washington and Lee, 2 outs. Good changeup there by Trailer. So 1-2. Trailer's 1-2 is fouled back. And Wickman called out looking there. So through 3 through 2.5. Washington in the lead 2, Averett 0.
It helps that there's so many international students here at Averett, so hearing other people talk around campus with their accent makes it feel like you're not alone, and it feels like one big family, and I've grown so much since I came here.
I think being a student athlete impacts my overall experience a lot, just gaining a brotherhood with my teammates, and then with all the other teams, a big connection throughout all of athletics, and makes it fun to walk around campus and see everyone you know, and everyone comes out and encourages you at games, so it makes it a really fun environment.
Bottom of the third here. Washington in the lead up 2-0. Brendan Hatcher is going to lead it off. And he'll ground one to the third baseman, Bassey, who throws over, and Wickman had to stretch out. The throw was a little off point. But they record the out.
Fielder, number 11, Jason Maggs.
That'll bring up Jason Maggs, the left fielder. Getting his first start of the season. And that one is fouled. The 0-1 is in the dirt. This one's low and away also. 2-1 now to Maggs. Maggs now ahead 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is lined, grounded, and a great play there. Oh, by the first baseman.
The designated hitter, number 14.
So Volpicelli to Wickman, retires Maggs. And great job by Wickman to get down in the dirt there. Throw was a little low, he had to pick it up off the dirt. That'll bring up the DH, Cody Jones. He'll take the first pitch inside for ball 1. This one is ground fair, foul ball down the third base line. Cougars have hit some balls right down the lines past the first and third base lines that have just managed to not stay fair. The 1-1, and it is another one lasered foul down the third base line. Jones now down on the count 1-2. Thigpen will induce another ground ball, and it's a 1-2-3 inning as Bassey retires Jones to Wickman. So for the Cougars, no runs, no hits, no left on base. Through 3, Washington in the lead 2, Averett 0. Basie to lead it off here for Washington and Lee in the top of the fourth. That ball's on the lower corner for a strike. 2-1, trailer deals. This ball's popped up into right center field. And Lancaster will come on and make the catch to record the first out of the inning for the Cougars.
The left fielder, number 19, John Raymond.
That'll bring up left fielder number 19, John Raymond, for Washington and Lee. Raymond, the freshman from Frenchtown, New Jersey. And trailer gets Raymond to swing at the first pitch slider, and that was low. So 0-1, trailer winds and delivers. This one outside. It's even the count up to 1-1. Wind has died a little bit now again. And the 1-1 pitch is low in the dirt, so 2-1 count now. Wilson getting the instructions from his pitching coach. Now trailer delivers it, and this in the dirt for ball 3. The 3-1 pitch, and it is swung on a miss, so evens the count up. Full count now. Raymond. And this ball is called strike 3. Raymond thought he was going to get a walk and started to trot down. And
Returning to the top of the order.
home plate umpire Dave Mullen rung him up. So Raymond caught looking on strikes for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up top of the order and Jackson Gazin, who's 5 for 5 through both games today. See if they can retire him for the first time here with 2 outs. Gazin will foul this one down the left field line, but it'll get out of play. One and one count. Trailer gets the sign. Now delivers. Gazin faked the bunt, and the ball was in the dirt, so 2-1 count.
I would just say Washington would take the
2-1 pitch is fouled straight back. The 2-2 pitch from trailer, and Gazin's fighting up there and fouls this one away. So 2-2 now. Gazin grounds it to second. And Hatcher over to Bradshaw, and they retire Gazin for the first time on the day. So through 3.5.
Top of the fourth inning, he was no runs.
No runs.
On no hits,
No hits. No runners left on base.
Lancaster and Bradshaw.
So after 3.5, Washington Lee 2, Averett 0.
It's really allowed me to make the most of my experience at Averett. I don't think I would have had as good a time if I didn't get involved in the organizations and sport and everything else along with it. It's also allowed me to make lifelong friends from all different areas all over the world. I couldn't ask for anything better.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the fourth inning. The shortstop, number 16, Chase McKinney.
Welcome back here. Going to the bottom of the fourth. Chase McKinney is going to lead it off for your Cougars here. Low scoring affair here so far. Washington Lee has been hitting the ball a little bit, but hasn't been able to produce as many runs as they could have. And McKinney grounds this one slowly to short. And another great stretch by Wickman over there as Volpicelli's throw was a little bit short. Wickman's done a great job digging some balls out of the dirt over there, right off the ground. Helping his defense out big time. So with McKinley retired, it'll be Andrew Lancaster, right fielder. And he'll look at strike one. There's a changeup that paints the lower inside corner. And he'll swing at a fastball and pop it up. Little bloopy fly to the shortstop, and Volpicelli will put it away. Make the catch and put him away, excuse me. So it'll bring up Tanner Bradshaw. The big first baseman. He'll be swinging at the first pitch. It's in the dirt, so strike one. Bradshaw looks at ball one in the dirt. That neon green and black bat. Looks like he's swinging a lightsaber. Ball two in the dirt. And Bradshaw, showing his discipline, takes another one in the dirt. So he's worked it from 0-1 back to 3-1. Is inside, so Bradshaw will draw a walk. That'll bring up the catcher, Kyle Wilson.
The catcher, number 27, Kyle Wilson.
So Cougars have a base runner now with 2 outs. See if they can't get a little rally going with 2 outs. If they could just get one this inning and cut the deficit, it would do a lot for the confidence. 2-0 now. And it is right at the knees for a strike. So 2-1 count. Bradshaw at first. And that one's going to be fouled away by Wilson. So 2-2. 2 outs. Wilson will have to fight here if he wants to keep the inning going. He will pop this one into shallow left center. And Volpicelli will take it. And that'll retire the Cougars here in the 4th.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the 4th, there was no runs.
No runs, no hits, 1 left on base through 4. Washington lead 2, Averett 0. So leading it off here is Zach Perkins, the center fielder. In the top of the 5th for Washington and Lee. He'll take ball 1 in the dirt. So 1-1 now. Trailer's 1-1 pitch paints the outside corner for a strike. Have to wonder what Trailer's pitch count is because they were making him work earlier. A couple of these innings. They do have a reliever down in the bullpen starting to throw. Get stretched out. So the Trailer gets Perkins to go down swinging. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Volpicelli, the shortstop. And he'll look at strike 1 at the letters. Trailer waiting for the signal, now getting it. A wind up and the pitch. It's grounded right back at him, and he almost had it. Little tap on the mound, thought he could have had it himself. So Volpicelli singles up the middle.
The right fielder, number 14, Ryan Monson.
That'll bring up Ryan Monson with 1 out. Washington Lee's 7th hit of the game right there. Trailer's 0-1 pitch. The runner's going. Oh, faked it. And a good frame there by Wilson. So 0-2 now. Fooled me. I thought he was going as well. The 0-2 outside. They're going to throw down the first, but Perkins will be back. So 1-1 on the count now. Volpicelli at first. Monson at the dish. One and two the count. Wind is picked up again now. Blowing from right field to left field. Here at Owen Fulton Field. The 1-2 pitch swung on. And Trailer gets his 5th strikeout of the game on Monson there.
The designated hitter, number 13.
That'll bring up Bryce Burnett with 2 outs. And a runner still at first for Washington and Lee.
They would also get crushed. Like the ones I've seen, like we were using it for softball class, and Tuttle last year crushed them. I'm pretty from. Oh god, yeah. But he almost smacked it to the baseball field over here. He was walking from behind.
1-0 the count now. To Burnett. This one's up high for ball 2, excuse me. Although Trailer's given up 7 hits, he's pitched a very, very solid game, and this one's fouled and just out of play over the Cougar dugout. Trailer's pitched a very well game, very good game, 5 strikeouts. Only 2 runs on 7 hits, and one of those runs was with 2 outs. And 1 Cougar error. If the Cougars could just string together some hits, they could easily be back in this. Trailer will try and keep them within 2.
He got switched to 420. That's why there's nothing you can do for it. It's going to be glory all game.
So 3-1 count now. And the runner going, but this pitch was a walk.
The catcher, number 18, Luke Seipel.
That'll bring up the catcher, Luke Seipel. Seipel with runners at first and second. Battling Trailer. And this first pitch is fouled slowly down the first base line. So Trailer staring right now, second, delivers. This ball is smashed. Bradshaw got a glove on it. Recovering, throw to first. and gets away from trailer. The runner coming from third to home, and the runner will advance from second to third as well.
P, that's a E14. Burnett advanced to third.
So Brandon Hatcher will get the error there.
No RBI.
So you want me to hit
Earned
third?
run. So it should be 370032.
370.
So runners at the corners still for Washington and
First
Lee.
baseman, number 32, Brian Wickman.
2 outs. That'll bring up Brian Wickman, big first baseman. Trailer can still get out of this inning with just giving up a run. A great stop there behind the plate by Wilson.
Is it scoreboard attached to the podcast?
Yes, that whole big thing.
The 1-0 pitch is lined down the line and fair ball. That'll bring in another run. Rounding second and heading to third. And it's a double there for Brian Wickman. And Seipel will advance from first to third on the double. And another run comes in for Washington and Lee. So 4-0 in.
So right when he enters, you can play.
That'll bring out Fulton.
I'll let you know.
So is it now 8 hits? Because that
That'll bring out the head coach, Kenny Fleming. And that'll be all for Trailer. And we'll give you his stat line after this short break and introduce the new pitcher.
I think being a student athlete impacts my overall experience a lot, just gaining a brotherhood with my teammates and then with all the other teams, a big connection throughout all of athletics, and makes it fun to walk around campus and see everyone you know, and everyone comes out and encourages you at games, so it makes it a really fun environment.
Back to Owen Fulton Field. That'll be it for Ryan Trailer. He went 4 2/3. Gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The new pitcher, number 32, Kyle Lematia, the junior right-hander, 6'2", 190 from Chester, Virginia.
The third baseman, number 36, Jacob Bassey.
And Lamentia. Last year, Lamentia 10 appearances, 1 and 2, 8.0 earned run average. Started 6 games. Pitched 30.1 innings, 39 hits, gave up 32 runs, 27 were earned. As this pitch gets away and another run for Washington Lee comes home. So 5-0 now. And 18 strikeouts for Lamantia last year. So this ball is lined in the left field for a single, and another run will come in for Washington and Lee.
The left fielder, number 19, John Raymond.
That'll bring up the left fielder, John Raymond. The score is now 6-0, 6-0 Washington Lee. Lamantia paints the bottom outside corner for strike one. Lamantia's 0-1 is smoked through the third and shortstop side for another single. So runners at first and second now with 2 outs for the Cougars. And most of this damage by Washington and Lee has been done with 2 outs this inning.
Returning to the top of the order, the second baseman, number 8, Jackson Gazy.
As the trouble with 2 outs started when Trailer was in. No action in the Cougar bullpen, so Lamantia will have to get out of this one himself. And the batter will be Jackson Gazin. He's 5 for 6 over these 2 games. And a great stop by Wilson. He throws on the third, and the tag was a little late by Spicer. Foot just got in down there. If he would have snapped that tag, he might have had it. So runners at the corners now. Gazin calls for time at home. Lamantia comes set and delivers, and it's a ball there. So 2-0 the count now. Lamantia's 2-0. Misses inside for a ball 3. And Lamantia throws the first strike into the at-bat. So 3-1 count now. Runners at the corners. And Gazin fouls this one back behind home plate. Springs the count to full. with 2 outs. So runner at first will be moving on this pitch. The payoff pitch is fouled away. The second payoff pitch fouled away by Gazin again. I believe this is the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And Gazin will be down on strikes. And
For the Generals, at the top of the 5th inning, it was 4 runs.
through
Dropped
4 and a
hits,
half.
2 runners left on base.
Washington Lee 6, Averett 0
You're up for the Cougars.
on your
It's Spicer,
Averett Sports
Carlin,
Network.
and Hatcher.
Braxton Eads will pinch hit here to start off the bottom of the 5th.
And then next inning, you'll tell you have pinch hitters.
And he'll pop one down the third base line, giving chases to left fielder, but he won't be able to get there in time. Raymond couldn't.
It's 35. Okay.
So 1-2 count against Eads. And this one is low in the dirt and gets away to the backstop. So Thickpin still on the mound for Washington and Lee. And Eads goes down swinging on strikes. I'll bring up pinch hitter Luke Martin.
Pinch hitting for the Cougars, number 35, Luke Martin.
And we have to check where everybody's going. But this is where they have to stay in the line when they go to the field. So we just figure out where the field is going. Well, she had a really bad
And Luke Martin is down on strikes.
Returning to the top of the order, the second baseman, number 2, Brandon Hatcher.
So Brandon Hatcher will come back up, the lead off for the Cougars. Two down here in the bottom of the fifth.
Just gotta keep an eye out, make sure there's no other substitutions playing.
Are they allowed to just sub whenever and whoever?
For the most part. So they run out of players, and they can't bring in 3 guys. Washington Lane might make some substitutes, so we'll be paying. For now.
So full count now to Hatcher. The payoff pitch. And he'll take it for ball 4.
The left fielder, number 11, Jason Maggs.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Jason Maggs, with 2 outs. And Maggs will look at ball 1. A low strike 1. That curveball just misses. So 1-1. This one's inside now. Counts at 2-1. And out of the dugout, for only the second time today, is Ted White. Talk with his pitcher and catcher, having a little discussion. And we're ready to return to baseball. The 2-1 now, 3-1 count to Maggs.
Face this kid?
Hit the base. This game.
Yeah, I think they hit this kid.
The designated hitter, number 14, Cody Jones.
Cody Jones will fly out, pop it up, and Ryan Manson retires it. Yes. So through 5,
For the Cougars in the bottom of the 5th inning, use no runs.
Washington in the lead 6, Averett 0. Some defensive changes for the Cougars. Nate Tuck will take over the job at shortstop. McKinney will move to third, and Nolan McCabe will replace DeCarlo in center. Lamantia starts out 1-1 to Perkins. One on one fouled back on the third base dugout. So Lamantia now up in the count, 1-2. See what he goes with here. Looks in, gets the signal. The wind up and the pitch. Missed just low. Home plate ump says Perkins held up on the swing. So evens the count up 2-2. The 2-2 and swung on, and Perkins sat down swinging.
The shortstop.
As Lamantia's first strikeout in relief. That'll bring up the shortstop, Jason Volpicelli, who's been on the base pass a lot this game. The 0-1. And that ball is low but called a strike, so 0-2 now. The 0-2 in the dirt. Lamantia's 1-2 pitch is popped up in the shallow right. And Hatcher's going to get under it, record the out.
The right fielder, number 14.
So 2 down now for Washington and Lee. Number up the right fielder, Ryan Monson. Wind's picked up again. You see the flag out in center. Blowing from right to left field. Monson will take a curveball. About the knees for strike 1. That one missed. So 1-1 now. Swing and a miss there. So strike 2. Very busy North Campus today here at Averett University. The women's basketball team is hosting senior night. This is the second game of the doubleheader for the baseball team. And also the men's basketball team is on the road in Covenant, trying to look to extend their 10-game winning streak. As Lamantia throws this one away. So 2-2 now. Two and two, Lamantia, waiting for the signal. Now gets it. The windup and the pitch. Grounded to first, but foul. So we'll do it again. Wilson getting his first start of the season at catcher. He's had some work to do back there, and he's done pretty good. Blocking some balls, keeping stuff in front of him. Honestly, the Cougars haven't played that bad of a game despite the score. Most of the runs have come with 2 outs. They just have had trouble getting that last out. 4 of the 6 runs have come with 2 outs. And a couple errors have aided in that. So full count now. Lamantia's payoff pitch. Up. So Monsoon will take his free base. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Bryce Burnett. Burnett smashes one over the head of McKinney and down to the left field corner. Corralled and thrown back in quickly. So Burnett with a single.
The catcher, number 18, Luke Siepel.
But Monson will only get 1 base, so he'll be standing at second. I'll bring up the catcher, Luke Siepel. Designated hit last game. And this ball is lined, and it's going to get down for a fair. Down in the right field corner. That'll score 1. And Burnett's at third after the Siepel single.
The first baseman, number 32, Ryan Wickman.
That'll bring up first baseman Ryan Wickman. First pitch is chest level. Ball 1. So runners at the corners, though, still for Washington and Lee. 2 outs. This one's fouled right over our heads. Lamantia delivers curveball that drops in there beautifully. So 1-2. Lamantia pitch away from getting out of it. It's 1-2. Misses with the curveball a little high. Might have been a change. So 2-2. The 2-2 is high as well with that fastball. So full count now. Runner first will be going. So just make them hit here. Full count pitch and swung and missed. So Lamantia sits down Wickman and retires aside.
For Washington Lee at the top of the 6th, it was 1 run on 2
For
hits,
Washington
2
Lee,
runs
1
on
run, 2 hits, 2 left on base. No
base.
errors.
Cougars, McKinney, Lancaster, and Bradshaw.
Through 5.5. Washington Lee 7, Averett 0.
I think being a student athlete impacts my overall experience a lot, just gaining a brotherhood with my teammates, and then with all the other teams, a big connection throughout all of athletics, and makes it fun to walk around campus and see everyone you know, and everyone comes out and encourages you at games, so it makes it a really fun environment.
Going back to school is not just for the kids. Averett University has degree programs for working adults who want to pursue their bachelor's or master's online or on campus. Visit gps.averett.edu for more information.
So McKinney to lead off here in the bottom of the 6th for the Cougars.
You gotta get out of here. Huh? You gotta get out of here.
He'll take the second pitch for a ball. That one's outside as well, so 2-1 now. McKinney will pop this one up into right. And camping under it is Monson. They'll put it away for the first out of the inning.
Number 6, Andrew Lancaster.
That'll bring up the right fielder for the Cougars, Andrew Lancaster. Drove in the only 2 runs for the Cougars in the doubleheader today. And he'll swing and miss at a slider there to start out the at-bat. Thigpen's still out there working. He gets Lancaster to swing through another one. So he'll go up 0-2. The count early. Lancaster will have to battle. And Lancaster pops this one on the infield. And Volpicelli will call everyone off and take it himself. So 2 down now, and that brings up Tanner Bradshaw, the first baseman.
The first baseman, number 28, Tanner Bradshaw.
Cougars being out-hit 12-3 in this game.
I only played for a year. I got tired of throwing with a torn UCL, so. And I don't want to get it fixed, so.
First pitch inside to Bradshaw. And this one is swung on but foul down the third base line. Thigpen's 1-1 is hit hard, but Raymond will track back and make the catch. So for the Cougars, 3 up, 3 down.
For the Cougars, in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Going to the top of the 7th. Washington and Lee 7, Averett 0.
It helps that there's so many international students here at Averett. So hearing other people talk around campus with their accent makes it feel like you're not alone. And it feels like one big family. And I've grown so much since I came here.
I think Averett's a special place because of the camaraderie amongst everybody. I feel like it's a lot of friendships that won't be broken throughout my life, and it gave me a chance to show my abilities in wrestling and in the classroom.
Leading off for the Generals, in the top of the 7th inning.
Defensive change for the Cougars. Now playing second baseman, Justin Murphy, the freshman, getting his first ever college playing experience from Inwood, West Virginia. 5'6", 135 freshman. Bassi will swing through the second pitch to even out the count at 1-1. Lamantia's 1-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 pitch is fouled down the third base line. Two and two. Maybe he doesn't like what he sees, but likes the second call. In the dirt. So full count now. Lamantia's payoff pitch is lined into right center, but Lancaster is there for the catch. And Raymond is retired.
The left fielder, number 19, John Raymond.
Excuse me, Bassey's retired. Raymond steps up to the plate. Raymond looks at strike one. Upper right corner.
I was gonna say I'll either be. My coach hasn't decided if practice is gonna be before or after the game.
The 19th, we play next week before, so we can actually leave it up here because a lot of us do.
The curveball from Lamantia hits the spot.
2 and 2, Mason.
So 2 and 2 now. The count. And Lamantia got him. Curveball right on the outside. About belt high.
Returning to the top of the order, the second baseman, number 8.
Sits down Raymond. That will bring up Gazin. Gazin's had himself a day in the doubleheader, 5 for 7. After replacing Bassey in the first inning, who came off injured. It's been the hardest out for the Cougars. Let's see what Lamantia can do. Shows bunt, but pulls it back. And this one is popped into center. And McCabe has it. So 1-2-3 inning there
For the Generals,
for Lamantia and the Cougars.
No hits and no runners left on base.
We'll go to the bottom of the 7th here. Washington at least 7. Cougars nothing. So a new pitcher on the mound for Washington Lee. That'll be it for Thigpen. Went 6 innings. No runs, 3 walks, and 4 punch-outs. And he'll be replaced by Peyton McCann.
It's in Jefferson City, Tennessee.
And George is running out there.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 3, Nate Tuck.
Gonna bring Nate Tuck to the plate, shortstop. Tuck will watch that one for ball 1. Foul this one down the first base side. Two 2-1 pitch, and Tuck grounds it up the middle for a single.
The center fielder, number 29, Nolan McCabe.
That'll bring up the center fielder, number 29, Nolan McCabe.
His first career plate appearance.
This will be his first career plate appearance. He came in a couple innings ago as a defensive replacement. He'll take ball 1 in the dirt. See what the young man can do with the stick. Here's 1-0. Pitch inside, just gets him. Gotta love that for your first ever batting appearance in college, almost getting nipped. So 2-0 to McCabe. Tuck taking his lead at first. This one's outside. So 3-0 now. I think McCabe's taken here. And that one's in the dirt. So McCabe draws a walk, his first ever appearance in college at the plate.
Returning to the top of the order, the second baseman, number 1, Justin Murphy.
That'll bring up Justin Murphy, another man getting his first appearance ever. First ever batting appearance. Ball's in for a strike. And that one's low and away, so 1-1.
That's when it's cold, okay?
Oh, yeah, no, snow on the ground first.
1-1, and this ball gets away. So Tuck will advance to third.
Would that be an error on?
No, it's a wild pitch. No, it's a wild pitch.
Murphy will advance to second on the wild pitch. So Murphy with a chance to open the Cougars scoring here. Runners in scoring position, 1 out. And this ball is in the dirt. And now action going on in the Washington and Lee bullpen. And this one catches the outside corner. So full count now. So Murphy sat down on strikes.
Left fielder, number 11, Jason Maggs.
Maggs takes one away. 1-1. Three and 1. Maggs draws a walk. So bases loaded now for the Cougars. 2 outs.
Hitter, number 14, Cody Jones.
And Cody Jones will step to the plate.
The type of guy who likes facing basketball pitcher.
Jones will take a fastball. First strike. But he'll take this one for a ball. So 1-1 now. The count. And the 1-1 pitch is fouled straight back. So 1-2 the count now. And thought he was going to ring him up there. But this one's blown away. The 2-2 pitch to Jones, and he swings through it. So on the inning for the Cougars, 1 hit, 3 left on base, no errors. Through 7, Washington and Lee 7, Averett 0. So some defensive changes for the Cougars. Behind the plate now is Dawson Hawk, And the new pitcher for the Cougars is Alex Anstead. And Monson fouls off the first one. And Monson fouls this one off too.
Strikes right now. I know, he just did both of these twice.
Those are automatic strikes.
Yeah.
You'll learn by the end of the year.
I know, but earlier that was a foul. We didn't call it. We didn't throw the strikeout.
The 0-2 pitch is fouled again. And beautiful curveball there, and Monson down looking. I'll bring up Jason Volpicelli,
The shortstop. Number
the
7,
shortstop
Jason
for
Volpicelli.
Washington and Lee.
He lightened it up. That was a change that we'll call it. Another change it. Was it 71? Yeah, that's gonna be a little.
3-1 is lined into left, but right at Mags.
The right fielder, number 14, Ryan Monson.
I will say this: we've neutralized their 3 or 4 hitters today.
We need to get a radar gun for the lacrosse team. Our
Want
shot.
to clock you on the clear?
No, our shot.
I get a calendar after that.
I'm talking about the shot. Roasted. We shoot them as fast as you go.
62. I'd hope so. I'm 30 now.
No,
And you're using a stick.
But, Ken,
Okay.
somebody shot faster than fast.
I know how hard they throw it.
What's the
You
fastest?
want to get me out there and I'll dial one up for you? Step in goal?
Hell no. You were smoking something hefty.
I can drop it down baseball swing set.
When the second you
1-1
I bet you go bonkers.
Anstead. And that one's low in the dirt.
This looked alright. It's got a decent slider.
This one is popped down the third base line, and Mags will be there. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Cougars. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Washington Lee 7, Averett 0.
Scorers left on base.
Chase McKinney will lead it off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the 8th.
Zach Cameron.
He's got some hardcore music to play.
McKinney will watch the second pitch for a strike.
That was high and away.
It was a strike.
They have another Cougar throwing down in the bullpen.
Chase didn't even swing at that.
Is that Rudy's throwing? I think it's Van Allen.
McKinney will look at another strike.
Is that who you felt?
So
You're not throwing.
2-2 the count now. And this one inside. McKinney has to duck, so full now. The payoff pitch from McCann is inside again, almost hit McKinney. McKinney will take his free base. And that'll bring up the pinch hitter, Zach Cameron.
Pitch hitting for the Cougars, number 22, Zach Cameron.
How? I don't know how we're going to fix that.
And Cameron lines it right at the first baseman, and he'll touch first for the double play. There's nothing much McKinney could do there. So 2 down now in the bottom of the 8th.
The first baseman, number 28, Chase Tanner Bradshaw.
That'll bring up Tanner Bradshaw, the first baseman.
Leslie Bradshaw. Damn it. So that one, you just put it as a double play. So you can't fault Chase on that because he's got a break anyways. What are we playing? Just outdate on that one.
Second base hit one.
Yeah, well, it's different in softball. University will have 10 runs down to 8. Oh, okay. They just call it. That's all.
And Bradshaw sat down on strikes.
For the Cougars in the bottom of the 8th.
So through 8, Washington and Lee 7, Averett 0.
Pinch hitting for the Generals on top of the nine. It's number 22, Bradford Martin.
Pinch hitter for Washington Lee, Bradford Martin here, and a new pitcher for the Cougars also. Garrett Van Allen, excuse me.
You mean you're gonna doze off?
No, take a nose.
Top of the ninth here at Owen Fulton Field, and
What's
Off the
that?
bat?
Joe.
check swing foul ball.
I thought he was just calling field goal good.
What that scores?
Van Allen gets him to swing through it.
No, they finished 14-20 last year. They're decent.
Hyman's glad I chose him for his base, to play baseball. Joe, I think I had the attention span.
We're over in the snow. What? Said it sucks when you have to sit out and watch. It's so boring. Well, whose fault was that? Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Motivation next year. Just did all the work. Still a catcher.
The catcher, number 18, Luke Seipel.
Yeah, he's not throwing hard enough for it to hurt too bad. What? Say it like that.
Oh, he just gave him.
And this cold? 92 to the nurse. Yeah, they knocked me out. Just the other day? Spicer goes pretty good. Yeah, they like some of these people kind of turn that down.
1-1 the count now.
I played with Dawson, Tuttle, Martin, and
Cesspool's fouled off a couple.
500 miles an hour. Oh, shit.
Seipel swings through that one.
It's 2-2, yeah, right?
Pilot? Well, we did a good one, yeah.
2-2 count. So full count now. That ball gets away. The count. Now it must be 3-2.
Pretty sure that was 3-2 already.
Mm-hmm. And Seppel will go down swinging.
The first baseman, number 32, Brian Wickman.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Brian Wickman. Burnett at second. Wickman will take ball one. To a count. Instead, Rosen paints the inside corner. 2-1. So 2-1 now. This ball is lined to right center field. And McCabe will make the catch out there.
The third baseman, number 36, Chapin Basie.
So 2 outs now. And instead we'll drop the first pitch in for a ball. And Anstead lines one fair down the third base line. That'll bring in another run. And he's going to try and leg it out for 2. The throw in will not be in time. He's standing up at second with a double.
The left fielder, number 19, John Raymond.
So Washington extends their lead by one more. It's 8-0 now. One count now. This ball's fouled back.
I didn't jump at that one.
Really? I hope not. That wouldn't leave you in your feet.
The 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch. Called on strikes.
He definitely wants to get out of here.
And going to the bottom of the ninth, Washington lead 8, Averett 0. So Dawson Hawk will lead things off for the Cougars here in the bottom of the ninth. He'll look at strike one. One and two, and that ball is lined into left field.
The shortstop, number 3, Nate Tuck.
So Dawson Hawk with the hit here to start things off for the Cougars in the bottom of the ninth. And it'll bring up Nate Tuck. And what a catch over there on the first base dugout fence there by Brian Wickman.
The center fielder, number
He snagged it with his wrist right off the fence. That'll bring up Nolan McCabe, the center fielder. One and one count. These guys. A 2-1 count to McCabe. McCabe fouls it off the right side. This ball is lined at the second baseman. On the ground, 1-2, and another beautiful stretch out there by Brian Wickman. He did that all day today, and that'll retire the side for the Cougars. And the Cougars fall today in second game of the doubleheader, 8-0.
No runs left on base. Your game 2 final today from Owen Fulton Field.
So we thank you for joining us here at Owen Fulton Field. Cougars dropped the first game of the doubleheader 4-2, and they lose the second game against Washington and Lee of the doubleheader 8-0. Thank you for joining us today on the Averett Sports Network.